There's only 4 presidents up there. There's Washington,
Jefferson,
Teddy
Roosevelt, and Lincoln.
And we traveled at least a couple thousand, like 800 miles to get here. And now, right now.
The 4th of July. We're at the foot of Mount Rushmore, and this is a sunrise on the 4th of July.
Too fast, honey.
Go back the other way and then come the whole way around and try to get the...
Not too fast.
Come the whole way around to get the faces. Turn quick now. Might want to zoom in on them. Did you zoom in?
Mm-hmm.
That's enough. We hope they get brighter.
The daylight.
Tell them where we're at, Chris.
Mount Rushmore. I'm gonna make my mark.
Did you say July? This is July 4th, Independence Day?
Rise on the 4th of July, 1996.
That's what, 220 years since the signing of the Declaration of Independence? Does that make it? Yeah, 200.
Yep, sunrise on the 4th of July, 1996.
Mount Rushmore. We got this one.
It's good Brian filmed it some when we first started.
Here's Chris Ketchem. We are about 20 miles from the Wyoming-South Dakota border. Here is Chris along the highway, and we just wanted to stop and show you some of the rugged country we have out here. Where are we, Christopher?
South Dakota.
We sure are. We're still in South Dakota. South Dakota has its rich farmlands, and it has its badlands, which are really fascinating. It has its wonderful black hills, and now we're out in cowboy country where they have grazing for cattle. It's very rugged out here. Hills and valleys, and really nothing you could have out here except cattle. We just came past a herd of Charolais. So this is South Dakota. And the next state we will be recording in will be Wyoming. How about that, Chris? Big country, isn't it?
Yeah,
It sure is. Christopher just walked in to Wyoming. Like no place on earth. Christopher is very, very happy to be in Wyoming.
He's jumping back and forth from one state to the next.
See, he's jumping from South Dakota into Wyoming. That's what he's doing. He's jumping from one state to the other.
That's enough.
He's in Wyoming.
That's enough.
I know.
We're at Devil's Tower.
And we're 9 miles away from it.
Look how huge it is.
There, do you see the Devil's Tower in the background? Let's get a little closer. You see the Devil's Tower? Isn't that amazing?
And we're going
Devil's
to
Tower.
Pizza out there.
Yeah.
It's a volcano core, and it was the first national monument commissioned by Theodore Roosevelt in 1906. So it is our first commissioned national monument, Tower Rock. Boys are excited to be here, and so am I.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me a
I know.
I'm gonna eat some cookies.
Okay.
The big hair in it.
Cut it out.
Bring your pencil.
Today is the 4th of July. We didn't know it at the time, but the last pictures that we took of the tower were 10 miles from it. We're approximately 4 miles from it now, and I'm going to try to zoom in on it. 1,200 feet in the air.
Here's another shot of this wild Wyoming countryside. Strange looking red ravine over there. Very interesting countryside out here. As you can see, we're not totally alone. Some people like to camp. Actually, I'm at the foot of Devil Tower. Such rugged, interesting countryside down here. Here we go, up the tower. You know that Devil Tower is like, well, 1,200 feet tall. It's like a Washington monument sitting on top of another Washington monument in height. Can you imagine that? Legend has it that this is sacred for the Indians because once there were two little Indian maiden girls gathering flowers at the base of this big rock, which is the core of a volcano, and bears came out of the woods and chased the girls, and they climbed up the rock, and the bears started to climb after them. And as they climbed, the gods, the girls prayed to the gods, and the gods made the rock go higher and higher and higher to save them from the bears. Well, those are claw marks you see on there, according to Indian legend. And the bears eventually fell off the rock and were killed. And the girls who had gathered flowers at the base of the rock made a chain out of their flowers, and both girls came down the chain of flowers to safety. That's Indian legend. Certainly is a big towering rock. Glad we got to see it. And it's appropriate that President Roosevelt, Theodore Roosevelt, dedicated this as a national monument back in 1906. Remember, he was a noted conservationist. Are they looking? Oh, aren't they cute little buggers? Hey, let me see if I can get out and move. Stand up. No, wait a minute.
He's
Go
dressed-
here.
no,
I
you're
don't want to
gonna
scare
make
him.
noise.
I don't want to scare him.
Did you get Zoom?